Blessings, Shamanic Airway Priestess here. And good morning. I'm getting ready to start my work day. I wanted to make another video, kind of like a check-in video, because the last video that I made, my last spirit chat was pretty heavy. It was very emotional. It was healing, but it was extremely heavy. And I've also been showing you guys a little bit of the clips of the rallies, the protests that I've been attending here in Pennsylvania. I did peaceful demonstrations in Pennsylvania both Saturday and Sunday, and it was such a beautiful feeling. It was nonviolent. I took my daughter, my oldest daughter, my 20-year-old, the first day, and you guys see a picture of her on my community tab. My son is also in the video when I'm chanting on the one that I downloaded yesterday. Hands up, don't shoot. His hands are up in the air, and he has a red shirt on, so he's also on my video, on the short video that I downloaded on Sunday. So those are my two older kids. My 18-year-old went on Sunday, and my oldest daughter stood with the younger kids. And then on Saturday, my 18-year-old stood with the two younger children, and she went with me. I wanted them to kind of see and feel empowered, because they have been feeling so hurt and so emotional, being that they're, children of color, and things like that. And they've also faced, discriminations in their own way and things like that. So I wanted to show them something positive. When people are fed up with something, we take to the streets and you march and things like that. And they really loved it. They really felt empowered. And I feel like they learned something. In the protests, I noticed not only were there black and brown people, we had Latinos, we had LGBTQ plus community, we had vegans for Black Lives Matters, Sikhs for Black Lives Matters, Muslim for Black Lives Matters, Hasidic Jewish people for Black Lives Matters, Catholic, Christians, atheists. It was everything. We had all different colors, rainbows, sexual orientations, everything. We even had, I noticed especially on Sunday, I actually met some people from the spiritual community, not on YouTube, but like in my local area. There were a lot of Wiccans, pagans, Satanists. There was also like, black witches for Black Lives Matters, and santeros, and just all these various spiritual beings that were there. So all these things were really awesome, so exciting to see. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, because there's, they're only focusing on the violent protests, but they're not focusing on the positive, uplifting, peaceful demonstrations that are actually more than the ones they're choosing to focus on in the media. So I wanted to show people that if you wanted to march, especially during the daytime, there is safety. Just do your research. But you don't have to be afraid of violence, because again, there was people giving each other water, snacks, helping the elderly. It was just beautiful. I saw a lot of interracial couples with their biracial children, and they're marching for their spouse, whether it's their African American wife or African American husband. I saw black love. I saw like just everything. It was just beautiful to see these things. In a lot of the videos, I'm the one yelling. I'm a loud person in protest. I kept the chants going. I was even allowed on Sunday to make a speech. So I spoke in the rally towards the end, and I shared my experience about, the police brutality that I experienced and things like that. But it was really great. It was really, really great. I did a lot of work on my spiritual retreat. It was great to have that break. I kind of did a lot this weekend. I'm still kind of physically recovering from the march. I have blisters in my feet, and aches and pains and all that, but it was worth it to get my voice out there. Um, I also wanted to do a couple of little announcements real quick. So, when you make a purchase, it's on my website, but sometimes people just purchase readings and they don't read. So I kind of wanted to put that in this video as well. I usually reply when somebody does a purchase. I usually reply within the same day or 72 hours of that purchase to send you my schedule so that we can schedule a reading as soon as possible, depending on both of our schedules. I noticed that I'll email people and they won't get back to me. Time will pass and then they'll be like, "Oh, I never got an email from you." And what I do is I screenshot it, I send it, I attach it to the email, and they're like, "Oh, so when I email you, make sure that when you buy a reading, check your email." That's kind of a waste when I have to go into my emails and prove that I emailed you. I'm pretty good about that. There's been one or two times where some type of tech issue happened and um, for some reason somebody didn't receive my email, which again, very rare. And it's usually because the other person gave me the wrong email, which is another thing. Make sure when you're filling out that contact form that you are sending that you're sending the correct email. Also, don't start new threads when I email you my schedule. That's very confusing for me because then you'll have people when I try to schedule with you and they purchase a reading with one type of information and under one email, they'll use 5, 6, 7, 8 different emails, create different threads, and it's just confusing. Like I have so many clients, I don't have time to sit here and search to see who you are. Like stick it to one email. Which is the email that you use the most that you're going to check on? Don't use 5,000 different emails and keep creating different uh, um, threads and this and this and that and the other and headlines and separate emails and using 10,000 different names and all these things. Like it's so annoying. Like please do not do that. It is like it literally annoys me so much because you're just creating more work for me. And make sure you check your emails. Use the email you know you're going to check, so make sure that I've responded to you within the same day to 72-hour time frame. Also, I have a thing on my website that says no same day readings, no same day readings. Now that I'm actually able to get a hone in and have set a schedule that works for me, for the higher demand that I've gotten, which I'm not complaining. I'm very blessed. You can expect to get your reading within 1 to 7 days within purchase, depending on mine's and your availability. Okay, so way less wait time than before. Also, I did that already. The emailing information, make sure is accurate. For my May 2020 workshop, Ancestral Veneration Healing Workshop, sorry, I sent out the schedules so we can have our first session. I have like 2 people in the class that have not gotten back to me. I've had attempts on Skype and on the emails they gave me, and they have not responded to me. If you're watching this video, please check your email to make sure that you to make sure you get the information you need so that I can schedule your first session and we can get you into these classes and things like that, because we're about to wrap them up soon. Again, I have not heard from you, and I've had contacted you on more than one occasion and things of that nature. So please make sure you give me a working email address and that you check your Skype as well. For my June students, the classes are I'm going to give you today, not today, but I'm going to start today. So either by today, Monday, the latest Friday of this week, you're going to be receiving an email from me when your start date is, about the lectures, the reading material, and more information about the format and what you need to expect, what you could expect from your June 2020 ancestral veneration, spiritualism classes. Okay, so again, I'm going to be sending you email by starting today, Monday, the latest Friday. If you have not received the email, sorry. Oh my goodness, I was gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. I had to sanitize my hands and stuff. Mm-mm. Washing and sanitizing my hands, so I had to pause the video because I had, all of a sudden, I felt like an urge to sneeze. Anyways, so the June 2020 classes, make sure you're giving me a working email. I'm going to give you my Skype information because the lectures are done through Skype. All that good stuff if you don't have that information with me. So I expect that email is going to give you the instructions so we can start scheduling your classes. And it's also going to give you the exact start date. Because if you look at when you purchase this June 2020, the reason why I don't give an exact date is because I do classes back to back. So I need to finish up my May classes so that I can start my June classes, which I'm about to, we're going to be finishing them up in the next couple of weeks. So you will get your exact start date. And then for the July, same thing applies, okay? So that's what I wanted to say. I also wanted to share this crazy situation that happened. So it is important to keep good records. So when you book a reading with me, it's always through PayPal. And this is why I use PayPal. Someone went on one of my recent videos. I've been trying to catch up with my comments, which guys, please feel free to comment on my videos. I will try my best to answer everybody's comments, but there's a lot of comments. One video alone has over 100 comments, and I'm really behind on my comments on my videos. I will be answering each and every one of these comments. Just give me time in which to do so. But so please like, subscribe, comment below. I answer everybody's comments. It just takes me time because with my regular life, my kids, things like that, and working a full time as a spiritualist and a reader and things like that, it just takes up a lot of my time. But anyways, getting back to the story I wanted to share you some tea, okay, some juicy tea. So recently, someone in one of my videos was like, oh, I booked a reading with you for an hour and you never got back to me, yada, da, da, da. So I told them to email me. So they emailed me. I went into my Gmail and I did a search. Prior to that email that I received, because they have been emailing me for a long time and I'd never scheduled them. So I typed in the email address they gave me. No record of this person ever emailing me before. So I said, can I have screenshots of when you emailed me? Because you said you emailed me before. When they were, talking in my thing, I said, either you're a troll or you've given me an incorrect email, but I don't have a record of an hour reading with this name. So they emailed me and they're like, oh, I realized that I never sent the email that I meant to send you. So they're screenshotting me like a draft with no date on it. So you could have just literally typed up whatever thing and just put it in your little, and just didn't send it. You know what I mean? Like that's not the proof I asked you for. I wanted proof of your email. I also said, give me a proof of your receipt, because what people don't know, when you book a reading with me, you get it's an automatic email that has a copy of the receipt. That receipt is linked to my phone. Okay? That receipt is linked to my phone. Whenever you guys email me or purchase something, those purchases directly go into my email on my phone. So I know, even if I don't get back to you right away, it's because I'm doing readings or whatever the case may be. But every single transaction that you guys do, even when you guys pay me through PayPal outside of my website, that's linked there. Cash App, that's linked to my phone. Like all these things are linked to my phone, okay? Like I said, and I like that because that protects my booty and that protects you. Because you know what I mean? It's gonna let me know that you made said purchase. So there was never a record of this name that they gave me or any of the information they gave me with that particular name. So what I did was I also gave them screenshots of me never getting an email from them. I also gave this particular individual a screenshot of no record, and I even did because they even try to say like, oh, it wasn't this month. No, 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 no. I went all the way back to from January 1st to today. So I did the whole 2020, and there's no record of this person. So I say this to say I'm saying this just to let you know, if you think you're going to troll me and con me into giving you a free reading, you better think again. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I've been having my own website for 3 years. You cannot con me. Okay? You cannot try to con me. I keep a record of everything. That's the reason why when that woman tried to say that I never gave her a reading and she tried to say a bunch of stuff, I had records of every interaction we had and the phone call. Do not try to con me because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I'm not the one, okay? So I'm just letting that person know that comment is going to be left on the video because you guys can see it, and I literally call this person out. I say you either a troll and do. That comment right there, that person tried to call me, it's not going to work. You're not going to cheat me out a whole hour of work when you have not paid for a reading. There is no record of you. Show me the receipts. That's what I asked you. You know why you didn't show me receipts? Because there is no receipts. Moving on. All right, so other than that, I wanted to say that yes, I loved working with the Hoodoo Tarot. It was great working with that deck. And the Saints and Angels Tarot by Doreen Virtue. I just did a reading for the month of June. I'm doing like weekly readings, and I've since switched out my decks. So these are the decks that I'm going to be working with in the month of June. I already talked about the Hoodoo Tarot and the Saints and Angel Tarots on my mid-month check-in. That's going to be the videos now that I talk about decks that I use for the month and how I like them, because I'll use them for a couple of weeks and things like that. But I decided to do the end of the month. I'm going to start talking more about what decks I'm planning to use, and then I'll let you know in a couple of weeks how I'm getting on with these decks. So the Spellcasters Tarot is the deck I'm going to be using for the month of June, and so far it gave me a really great weekly forecast reading, so I quite enjoyed using this deck for a reading for myself that I journal in that wonderful, beautiful Taurus journal that I got from a beautiful client of mine. And these are the backs, and that's the Spellcasters Tarot. And the Oracle deck of the month, and that I'm going to use for myself. So these are like the tarots for myself. This one's for myself, for readings for myself. I already have my working decks that I use for client readings. They're the same, they're the same decks that I rotate occasionally. The same, 5 to 6 decks and things like that. So the Oracle is, this is a new one. If you want me to do a full walkthrough of this, I will, but I didn't do one because I know I'm not like the most fanciest walkthrough person and things like that. So if you want a walkthrough of this deck, just leave a comment below, and I will gladly do that in a future video. This deck is the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck by it's US Games, but it's written and illustrated by Kim Dreyer. Okay. So, and this is the Conscious Spirit Oracle. I've been wanting to get this deck for a long time. It did not disappoint. So far, I love the reading that I got with it. It was a great one-card weekly pull. So I will definitely give you a more elaborate review of this deck and how I have worked with it, like what kind of readings it gives me, how I've worked with it, things like that. So I'll definitely let you guys know. There's chakra cards here, angel cards here, elemental. So it's very, very I love it. It has just so many different diverse spiritual things in it, and entities. So, and I love, this is like one of my favorite cards, Wheel of Life. So it's a beautiful deck. The back of the deck is gorgeousness. Gorgeousness. Um, and that is your Conscious Spirit Oracle deck. And I got this one from Amazon. Literally in 3 days, I was so impressed. I'm like, oh my goodness, Prime is actually Prime again. So far so good. And things like that. So I was excited. So yeah, these are the decks that I'm gonna work with in the month of June. I'm also gonna finish my 31 Days of Witchcraft tag sometime, maybe in the weekend. I'm planning to do that, so please stay tuned for that. I know that the month is over, but it's just been a really hectic, busy month. And when I took that week off, I just really took that week off. The only reason I even made videos was because of what happened. As you guys know, with the police brutality situation and everything, I just had to make a video, but I wasn't even planning to do that. A shout out to one of my clients and friends. They got me beautiful jewelry for a belated Mother's Day and birthday. This comes with a light, so when you take the keychain light and light it, it actually glows. So it's really like neon and everything. So I think that's really cool, and I love that it has the moon in it. So it was really thoughtful of said client to get that for me. I'm trying to see if I can see it. If you can see it, it like glows in green. So it's really cool. Anyways, I wanted to say thank you for that as well. But much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and until the next video. I haven't been advertising my website in my recent videos because that's not what those videos were about, but I am going to put my website link on this video. And if you want to work with me on a one-on-one basis, shamanic.priestess.com. Again, shamanic.priestess.com. Bye guys.